Good day to each and everyone, especially to our teacher, Engineer Showna Sales, ma'am. Today, I will be reporting about the traps and interceptors, sections 1008 to 1012. I'll be the reporter 21st. Section 1008, or what we call industrial interceptors, or classifiers and separators. We have 1008.1 when required, interceptors or clarifiers, including grease, oil, and sand interceptors, etc., shall be provided when the judgment of the administrative authority they are necessary for the proper handling of liquid wastes containing grease, flammable wastes, sand, solids, acid or alkaline substance, or other ingredients harmful to the building drainage system, the public or private sewer or sewage disposal system. We have the point two, or the approval. The size and the type and the location of each interceptor or the clarifier or separator shall be approved by the administrative authority in accordance with its standards, except where otherwise specifically permitted. No waste, other than those requiring treatment or separation, shall be discharged into any interceptors or clarifiers. We have point 3, or the design. Interceptors or clarifiers for sand and similar heavy solids shall be so designed and located as to be readily accessible for cleaning and shall have a water seal or not less than 152 millimeter deep. We have also the point 4, or the relief vent. Interceptors or clarifiers shall be so designed that they will not become airbound if closed covers are used. Each interceptor or the clarifier shall be properly vented. We have the point 5, or the location. Each interceptors or clarifier shall be readily accessible for servicing and maintaining in working and operating conditions. The use of ladders or the removal of bulky equipment in order to service interceptors or clarifiers shall constitute a violation of accessibility. Location of all interceptors and clarifiers shall be shown on the building plan submitted for approval by the administrative authority. Now let's move to the section 1009, or it's known as slaughterhouses, packing establishment, and etc. So every fish, fowl, and animal slaughter house or establishments, and every fish, fowl, and meat packing or curing establishment, or any other establishment from which considerable amounts of grease or the hairs, the feathers, or etc., are likely to be discharged with the wastewater into the plumbing system. Sewer system or the private sewage disposal system shall be connected to and shall drain or discharge through a screening device and thence into a grease interceptor or the clarifier of an approved design for the proper disposal of effluents. So let's have the section 1010, of the minimum requirements for auto wash rack. Every private or a public wash rack and or floor or slab used for cleaning machinery or machine parts shall be adequately protected against storm or surface water and shall drain or discharge into an interceptor or the clarifier of an approved design for this use to separate the oil and grease before the fluent reach the public stream. So let's move to the section 1011, or what we call the grease traps. So we have actually 8, I guess, if I remember it correctly. So we have the 1011.1. When in the judgment of the administrative authority, waste pre-treatment is required, an approved type grease trap complying with the provisions of these sections shall be installed in the waste line leading from sinks, drains, and other fixtures or equipment in establishments such as restaurants, cafes, lunch counters, cafeterias, bars and clubs, hotel, hospital, sanitarium, factory, or school kitchens, or other establishments where grease may be introduced into the drainage or sewer treatment or private sewage disposal. A grease trap is not required for individual dwelling units or for any private living quarter. We have the point 2. So no individual grease trap shall be installed for a facility that has an approved rate of flow or more than 3.4 liters per second nor less than 1.3 liter per second except when especially approved by the administrative authority. So let's have the point 3. So each plumbing fixture or piece of equipment connected to a grease trap shall be provided with an approved type flow control or restricting device installed in a readily accessible and visible location in the tailpiece or drain outlet of each such fixture. So flow control devices shall be so designed that the flow through such device or devices shall not or shall at no time be greater than the rated capacity of the grease trap. No flow control device having adjustable or removable parts shall be approved. So we have the point 4. Each grease trap required by this section shall have an approved rate of flow which is not less than that given in table 10-2 for the total number of connected fixtures. The total capacity of fixtures discharging into any such grease trap shall not exceed 2.5 times the certified liters per minute flow rate of the grease trap as per table 10-2. So, any grease trap installed with inlet more than 1.2 meters lower in elevation than the outlet of any fixture discharging into such grease trap shall have an approved rate of flow which is not less than 50% greater than that given in table 2-2. Table 10-2. Nor more than 4 separate fixtures shall be connected to or discharged into any other grease trap. Also, for the purpose of this section, the term fixture shall mean and include each plumbing fixture, appliances, apparatus, or other equipment required to be connected to or discharged into a grease trap by any provision of this section. So let's move to the point 5. So each fixture discharged into a grease trap shall be individually trapped and vented in an approved manner. An approved type grease trap may be used as a fixture outlet and a grease trap for single fixture when the horizontal distance between the fixture outlet and the grease trap does not exceed 1.2 meters and the vertical tailpipe or drain does not exceed 0.75 meters. We have the point 6. Grease traps shall be maintained in efficient operating condition by periodic removal of the accumulated grease and settled solids. So no such collected grease shall be introduced into the drainage piping and public or the private sewer. Second to the last, no water jacketed grease trap or grease interceptors shall be approved or installed. That's according to the 1011.7. And lastly, for the 1011.8, each grease trap shall have an approved water seal if not less than 51 millimeter in depth or the diameter of its outlet, whichever is greater. So we have this last section, is section 1012, or also known as the grease interceptors for commercial kitchens. So it says that when grease interceptors are required, a common recommended sizing criteria are provided in the Appendix B private sewage disposal system. So I prepared actually a video from a YouTube for us to understand all of this section from section 1008 to 10112. So let's have and watch the video and I hope that you would be able to understand some things about the interceptors, the grease traps, and all.
Thermoco's Trapzilla Grease Interceptor efficiently treats fats, oils, and grease from kitchen wastewater. Kitchen flows associated with grease often come in two forms: low flow discharge from pre-rinse or unstopped sink, where flow rates rarely exceed 5 gallons per minute, and impounded flows, where sinks are filled and then dumped all at once, resulting in much higher flow rates. Low flow discharge is never a problem for grease interceptors, as fats, oils, and grease separate easily at these flow rates. Impounded water flows, despite their higher flow rates, are already stratified, with most of the grease floating on top of the water. With an impounded water source, once a flow event begins, the stratified contents of the sink begin to drain with the water leaving first. Any grease residue from the previous flow event enters TRAPzilla and separates, floating up past the horizontal baffle and into the grease retention area. The free-floating grease is the last thing to leave the sink. It enters TRAPzilla, floating up past the horizontal baffle and into the grease retention area, where it remains until the interceptor is pumped. The vertical baffle breaks the flow of water into the unit, disrupting its path and preventing water from jet streaming out of the unit. TRAPzilla's horizontal baffle prevents this water from interacting with the grease mat, retaining all previously separated grease. As water and grease flow into the interceptor, the liquid level in the main tank rises. Once the liquid level rises sufficiently, clean water from the bottom of the tank exits the interceptor through the outlet pipe. As the incoming flow slows to a stop, a small grease residue is left in the inlet of the unit. Here it will stay until another flow event, and the cycle will repeat. TRAPzilla's unique design allows it to hold large amounts of grease in a compact footprint, retain previously separated grease, efficiently separate new greasy kitchen effluent, regardless of flow type. The TRAPzilla Grease Interceptor, a Thermoco technology.
Okay, so that's actually the summation of my report for today, and I hope you would able to understand a one or two about the report. So once again, my name is Sheldon. Have a great day, and thank you for listening, and God bless. Thank you.